super idol di Charo. Don't make me to 10 by each for the.
It's finally happening. Yo, I've been waiting on the downfall of Nickelodeon for like years, nearly a decade. Like I'm glad it's happening finally, or like it's getting way more attention, and people are like now like, this is kind of sus. But like this has been public information, like at least Dan Schneider being like a weirdo, right? Like it's been really public for a good long time, and we're now finally starting to do something, all because of that HBO. What is it, Max now? HBO Max or whatever the fuck, that documentary. Finally, they made a whole documentary, like a whole on a streaming platform, right? I don't think we ever got that before. It's usually just in shit posted on YouTube. So basically, we're gonna be looking at the aftermath of Quiet on Set, which is the documentary. Was recently released, so a couple episodes out, about Nickelodeon stars being abused by Nickelodeon staff members, producers, TV show writers, executives and shit, the people that work behind the scenes on the shows. Like, somebody like Dan Schneider, you know Dan, right? Yeah, we all know Dan, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're gonna look at Twitter's reactions. Yeah, so I've been following this for a while, especially because I watched Nickelodeon. Like, my favorite shows were unfortunately Dan Schneider shows, so yeah, that kind of sucks. Like, some of the best shows were Dan Schneider shows. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just being honest here, but holy shit, man, oh my gosh, I'm so glad it's finally happening. People kind of got the memo back in like 2020 when we were on lockdown. They're now noticing things, they're starting to pick up on things, especially with the Sam and Cat shit. Oh my god. Oh, too mad. Okay. Anyways, Sam and Cat. Tomorrow, right on the bottom of your foot, take a pic and use salmon. I kind of remember seeing this though, like when it actually happened. It's like, nigga. Well, first of all, why is this still up? Why is this tweet still up? Schneider, you ain't slick. Yeah, that's crazy. Tweeting for feet pics to be featured on the show. Dog. Oh my gosh, man. Usually shit that happens in shows that's like controversial, I don't really notice, but like, yo, I mean, I remember everything. Like all these fucking, showing their feet and shit, and just like having, I don't know, like peanut butter on their fucking feet. I was like, I knew it was sus back then too. I'm just like, why are they showing their feet so much? I don't know. I mean, I didn't think too much about it, but I'm just like, why are they showing their feet? Why is feet like a thing, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, the shit resurfaced back in 2020, so now you got like motherfuckers just posting, yeah, you see June 9th, 2020. This is also from what's her name? Alex Nichols. Nicole. Yeah, she did a little protest like a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, at the Nickelodeon headquarters, exposing Dan. Dan lost the password to this account. I mean, yeah, I'm just like curious, why is this shit still up? Do they not like care anymore? Like, it's even, no, because they're still verified and shit. Like, that shit is, that's new. Yeah, that check mark is new. Because that's a verified check mark. And it got the nick. Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, that was, she still got it. Girl, take this shit down, bro. Baby, you a victim. Delete this. You a victim. You are a victim. Yeah, man. Watching Quiet on Set, and they would have booted my kid off one of them Nickelodeon shows because I would have been on set every day looking for some bullshit like this. Yeah, so pretty much the parents that were speaking up and like, noticed something wrong, something very sus going on around the studio. Yeah, they got fired. Their kids got fired. They got kicked off set. That's what happened to Drake's dad. Drake's mom is, is a piece of shit. I mean, she basically allowed Drake to like, endure that abuse. She didn't give a shit. The dad was pretty much trying to, keep Brian away from Drake. Breaking, Nickelodeon former star Jordan Ludus spoke on why Nickelodeon's Just Jordan was canceled. He stated, "I ain't giving up no ass, lol." He a real one. Nah, he good for that. He good for that. Salute, man. Salute. Nickelodeon in Latin translate to I don't care about. Oh, is that real? I always wonder why he disappeared from TV the way he did. It was cool to see him on Wild and Out. Watched a lot of his old stand-ups when I was a kid. He always did good. Yeah, a lot of people are a lot of shit is about to come out. Like, this documentary just opened the floodgates, man. Like, it's about to get real. So you're telling me an employer at Nick sexually abused Drake Bell, got 16 months in prison, and has to register as a sex offender, and then Disney fucking hired said person for Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Yeah, so before you say, oh, Drake Bell, bad person, no, can we stop? Okay, first of all, the girl lied about her age. Yes, Drake sent those texts, but immediately when he found out her real age, he stopped and he like blocked her. Some people are like, oh, but he's guilty, Yes, he said he's guilty to sending those texts, because he did send those texts, but he didn't know he's sorry, and he did his time, okay? Like, bro is good. Like, it's not his fault. He didn't know the age. That's actually the girl's fault. Same age. Lying about it and shit. But anyways, he's a good guy, so like, leave him alone. Actually, it's funny because Josh is actually the bad guy from what I've been seeing. Yeah, so I mean, Josh uploaded this video pretty much right after one of the episodes from Quiet on Set, which is like the Nickelodeon Exposed documentary series. And people thought he was talking about Drake. You know, it is kind of wild. I mean, because they're not really on good terms in general. I mean, Drake wasn't invited to the wedding. I mean, it was just a whole bunch of, basically their relationship, if you search anywhere on the internet, it's not really good. I mean, it kind of points to Josh being an asshole, but I mean, I'm just like wondering, like, what the fuck happened, you know? This is what he posted.
If I haven't talked to you since 2023, take that as a fucking sign that you don't exist to me anymore. Damn, you fucking bug. You got sprayed with the raid. Bye. See you never.
Take that as what you want. Drake said it was, you know, it's all good. You know, Josh reached out to him. I don't know if it was before or after this happened. Josh says, I reached out to Drake privately, but want to give my support for the survivors who were brave enough to share their stories of emotional and physical abuse on Nickelodeon sets with the world. Children should be protected. Reliving this publicly is incredibly difficult, but I hope it can bring healing for the victims and their families, as well as change to our industry. Bro got bullied into making a statement. Yeah, so I mean, it's really after the TikTok. He's been getting backlash on that TikTok so badly, like it's crazy. It's about damn time he spoke. Yeah, I mean, and even during like the Drake and Josh show, I think I heard they didn't like really like each other in real life or something. I don't really, but Drake has been trying to like be friends with him. I don't know what Josh's deal is. I mean, but this is what I've just been hearing. Yeah, so basically Drake says, lay off, back off. You know, he's kind of defending him somewhat, but yeah, I mean, it's just like, well, why would you, I mean, I get he doesn't have to say anything, but like posting that anonymous type of TikTok, you know, very sus and very much a bad move, especially with your relationship to like Drake, and especially, you know, how bad it feels or it seems like publicly on the internet. But anyways, oh, and yes, Tebow from iCarly sits down with Dan Schneider and gives him an interview. We're not watching this shit, okay? I mean, I watched a little snippet of it a couple days ago, and he's very much, yeah, he's trying to say it's not my fault. I didn't know, you know, didn't know better, and yeah, no, we don't give a shit, man. We really don't. We know what you're doing, man. We know, especially for, I mean, bro. I mean, it's plain as day, man. Nigga, you like feet. We already know you're a weirdo. I mean, come on, man. We know. I'm just like, why, Tebow? Why, bro? I fucking love Tebow. Just like, why are you interviewing him, man? Like, I get like, oh, show all the same sizes. So I'm just like, no. Plain as day for, I mean, who he is as a person. Like, what the fuck? Oh, and as soon as the documentary came out, Jerry Trainer and it also Nathan Kress, you know, unfollowed iCarly and Nickelodeon. But I'm just thinking, like, it's been public knowledge of Dan Schneider being, you know, a weirdo for years, and they're now just like, you know, but and some of them defended Dan. I'm just like, oh my gosh, man. I think Josh also defended Dan in whatever type of video. I'm not gonna fucking look for it. God damn, it's just. But I understand how, I mean. So for iCarly, Dan Schneider is not like connected to the new series. I mean, it's canceled now. So, but he was never. New iCarly just got like canceled last year, surprisingly, but pretty much for no reason. I think it's one of like the highest grossing shows on Paramount and they canceled it, I think. Stupid. I mean, I was actually gonna buy a Paramount subscription. It was gonna be the only reason why now. So point. Anyways, yeah, so I get that. Yeah, it's not connected to Dan anymore. Jeanette gave her blessing to the show, you know, even though she's not on it. She has no problem with them doing a show. You know, nobody really has a problem with them doing a show. So I get that, but it's just, I guess I get the Nickelodeon thing too, because Paramount was still somehow connected to Nickelodeon. And they were also at the KCAs too last year, and I think like the years before. But since they're now, like, iCarly is like, got the boot completely from Paramount, I guess it gives them, you know, especially with this documentary, free realm to, you know, unfollow and like sever ties. But it's just like, there is a lot of shit that even in 2020, like, we're not talking about years before 2020. Like, I know this has been, there's a lot of public information years before 2020, but like 2020 was like the year where everyone was just getting exposed online and shit. And like a lot of people were watching documentaries on YouTube about Nickelodeon. I'm just like, why did it take so long, you know? But then for what I said earlier, that's probably the main reason why, maybe. Or maybe they didn't believe it because some of them, you know, like, didn't believe the allegations or something. I don't know. Because here's my thing, right? Even after Sam and Cat, Dan was still working on shows. Weirdly enough. Because even when Henry Danger was out, I'm just like, why is Dan Schneider's name still on shows? What the fuck is going on? Why is he still here? Why he still got a job, right? I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what? So I think, did he do Game Shakers too? I think that was probably his last one. It was either Henry Danger or Game Shakers. I don't know, but you know. And so that's how you know that like a bunch of you know, those pedos are still on set at Nickelodeon. You know, they're not doing jack shit about it. I mean, there's still no statement from Nickelodeon itself. Not sure what they're gonna do. Also, you know, Drake obviously wasn't the only victim. Alex Nichols, the girl from Zoe 101, was not just the only victim too. There's way more motherfuckers. Amanda Bynes. Oh yeah, wow, the post was deleted, probably because it was fake info. Amanda Bynes, I mean, if you just search her up now, I mean, you can see pretty much the after effects of Nickelodeon. But there was, I think the rumor, if I try to remember, I think it's that Amanda was like R-worded and like had a kid, but then had to abort it, and the kid is Dan Schneider. So now, see, this is where I'm just like, you know, a bit confused, because there was also talk about Zoe 101, Jamie Lynn Spears. You know, her, I mean, she was actually, like, we all know that was kind of the reason why Zoe 101 ended, pretty much. Yeah, because she got pregnant by, we don't know who. That's the problem. And so a lot of people think it's probably Dan Schneider's child. I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, so now I'm just hearing Amanda Bynes, possibly, you know, yeah. But then I was just like, I don't know. I mean, well, where's the info confirming this? Like, the main account that was confirming it was, like, proved to be fake, I think. Where do y'all fact check your info? Because last time I heard that burner account was proved fake, and it was just a man who asked multiple people for money throughout the years. Yeah, so that's what I've heard. Ashley Banks' account was debunked. Yeah, so it was debunked. It's not real. But Amanda Bynes has gone through some shit. I will not lie. And so these are the texts from allegedly Amanda, but it's not Amanda. I can't believe Nickelodeon just allowed this. All of it is so sick, from for her asking for a raise and him laughing and saying no, to making her spit out her spaghetti. Why was he in a jacuzzi with her to begin with?
Hi, welcome to my jacuzzi. And my special guest is the executive producer of the animated show, Dan Schneider.
Hi.
Now, you're the executive producer of the show?
Yeah, I am the executive producer and I'm the head writer.
You actually wrote the words you're saying together right now?
Yes, I actually wrote this whole conversation that we're having right now.
I see. Now, since you're the executive producer of the show, can I have a raise?
No.
Okay. How about a plate of spaghetti?
Yeah.
No?
No kid, no have some spaghetti. Bring the spaghetti. All right.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Like, what?
Very good spaghetti. Boom. Excellent. Excellent.
What the fuck?
Clear. Okay.
And yeah, and this isn't really like a surprise with the little hot tub and Amanda, because if I remember correctly, a lot of the, you know, like the auditions for Nickelodeon shows back in the day, they required, you know, going to a pool party, you know, and they were like, oh, you're more likely to get the spot in the show if you like show up in a swimsuit and like get in the water and shit. It was like, what? Yeah, so it's just weird shit like that. So this isn't surprising at all. And especially if you remember the spaghetti taco shit. I mean, that's just gross. I mean, that's a weird type of food. I mean, okay, maybe it's just some, you know, like some British shit. You know how British put like beans on toast or something? I don't know. Maybe Dan is British. Whatever. Anyways, while I'm editing this video, I also forgot that, and this is all from like years of watching documentaries and reading articles on like Nickelodeon pedos and shit, right? So I remember there was I think it was like a video, and they talked about some of the auditions. They had to like take off their shoes. They're like, hey, let's see you take off your shoes, you know, and show your feet. Like, they had to show their feet to be more likely to be picked. Like, not just at the pool party. These were like other auditions and shit. So this shit, I mean, that's a fucking pandemic with the fucking feet fetish shit. It's just disgusting, bro. And I guess this is just for a bit, so I mean, it's, you know, whatever. But it still, like, connects to, like, other things, you know. Dan Schneider says that every one of his jokes was written for children at the time, and that children thought they were funny after Drake spells. Devastating testimony of being sodomized under the employment of Nickelodeon. The magnifying glass has been put on Hollywood's treatment of children. Let's look at the tape, and you be the judge. Appropriate? Yeah, so, I mean, we're not gonna... I don't give a fuck about what Dan has to say, right? Let's not give bro a platform. So he's basically trying to defend his jokes and his humor and shit with the feet and then all the other weird shit.
Sometimes I wonder if you can get juice from a potato.
I remember this shit.
Is it possible for a teenage girl to drink water upside down?
So here's the thing. The potato shit, yeah, that was weird. But, like, I mean, this joke, like, teenage girl... Just say a person. I mean, that's already weird by itself.
I'm thirsty.
And she's not even... yeah.
It's not possible.
She's not even trying. I mean, I know they told her to, like, just, you know, pretend that you're not even trying or whatever, but it's just, oh my gosh.
This has been me in a video. Come on, give up the juice.
It's crazy. Yeah. There's no humor in it at all. Don't get me started on the big toe. Oh, yeah, she put her foot in her mouth. Yeah, I like remember a lot of these that she did. Jack Salvatore, who played Mark on Zoe 101 and was a writer for Victoria's Instant. Oh, he was working behind the scenes? Oh, shit.
Y'all, let's talk about it. My name is Jack. I was a child actor on Zoe 101, one of this guy's shows. I also worked in his production department as an intern on iCarly, and I worked in the writer's room on Salmon Cat and Victorious. This Max documentary that was recently released did a really good job of uncovering the details of workplace toxicity, specifically on Dan Schneider's shows for Nickelodeon. We could talk about the massages. We could talk about the fact that he would literally count his gold coin collection in front of his crew who was living paycheck to paycheck. We could talk about how sometimes he would bring out his shotgun to scare one of the writers when they were working at his house. We could talk about the high-level conversations I wasn't
Well, I didn't know about the shotgun. What the fuck?
supposed to hear about how Nickelodeon didn't want to recommend antidepressants for Jeanette McCurdy after her mom died for fear that she might kill herself and make the network look bad. But what I do
Yo, what?
want to talk about is never letting this stuff happen again. This is an entire industry built on hope and dreams and adrenaline and wish fulfillment. And that can be a very dangerous thing for megalomaniacs to wield. Even in posting this, I'm a little afraid. Is this going to screw up my career moving forward?
No, you
I have
good,
no
G.
idea, but I think it's important and it needs to be said.
Well, I mean, a lot of people were talking about, oh, why didn't they say that before? I was saying about Spencer too, but I'm just like, well, one, a lot of people weren't really paying attention. Like, I mean, to the shit going on, right? I mean, oblivious, okay, sure, why not? Two, they want to keep their jobs. I mean, it's still fucked, they're not talking about, what's going on, but they want to keep their job. So I understand that, Three, yeah, I mean, they want to keep their jobs, the NDAs, they want, can't really talk or speak up or do shit. Or they lose their job, basically. I mean, I think that's why when Drake was in court, because he was like the John Doe when he took Brian Peck to court. Brian Peck was his acting coach or like practice acting coach or something, and yeah, basically he was the main predator for Drake. And then a lot of people was on Brian's side and they came to defend him. And Brian, I mean, we already read the post, but yeah, only 16 months and then bro just transferred to Disney Channel like nothing happened. Yeah, that's what happened to a lot of them. It's shit. And there's still a lot working there today. And they gave Dan literally like a bunch of money to like leave, go away. Don't cause us any more problems, They gave him money. And they just kicked him off. Like, no repercussions, They pretty much awarded him. Or no prison time, no, like, actual punishment. And he's still free today! Like, what the fuck? Like, he has, like, no, crime against him right now. Like, what the fuck?
Violence ensures the perpetuation of environments I don't want to work in anymore, then what is the point of working in them? And until Homeboy goes on 60 Minutes to answer some questions from some real journalists and not a cast member of his who he's paying to be there, apology not accepted.
Yeah. And I think Tebow works for Hollywood Reporter currently, maybe. Anyways, yeah, I mean, but it's plainly obvious why Tebow was, interviewing him to, not be too harsh on his questioning. Like, it's just, oh my gosh, like, Tebow, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, so, I mean, it's just a lot, man. It is a lot. And there's so much more that hasn't even been said yet that we don't know about. Like, I've been following this Nickelodeon shit for, like, nearly a decade, man. Finally, something can happen, I mean, a lot of those motherfuckers in exec positions need to get the fuck out of Nickelodeon, bro. Like, there needs to be, like, a purge, like, a whole clean slate. Get them out, bro. But I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm just really covering, like, the aftermath of the Nickelodeon downfall. Nickelodeon's cooked. I mean, it's cooked. It really is, especially that now that, yeah, this information has been out for years, but now it's actually, like, on the streaming platform. Like, a big streaming platform, right? It's not, like, some YouTube documentary or anything. Like, this is on Shade Room. This is on, like, everything, man. It's crazy how big this has gotten. I don't know, what do you think? Comment below. Hopefully more shit comes out of this because I've just been waiting on this. And now we need Disney. Yeah, Disney is not innocent either. I mean, Brian Peck just transferred to Disney. Who knows how many motherfuckers just transferred to Disney after getting caught at Nickelodeon or just some other fucking TV entity, right? It was wait, no, he's on what? Wait, no, maybe it's because he created Danger, like Henry Danger, and so his name has to go on the... It's still bad, though. Like, why are we continuing this shit? I thought yeah. Henry Danger, I mean, I wait until 2020. I think that he got the boot, though. His name was just still on the show because he created them, I guess. But it's still bad. Like, this is recent shit, man. Like, this now just ended. Allegedly. I mean, I don't watch Nickelodeon, so yeah. Crazy, man. This shit is crazy. Wow. Like, he just recently, like, he got told to go home, like, years ago, but, like, his shows were still running until right about this year. And you see, he's trying to apologize for all this. No, bro, no, you're done, buddy, you're done. I mean, if you were gonna apologize, you should have done that years ago. You should have sent out a statement years ago, like, doing it now because you hear this documentary is going on a big streaming platform and it's about to get a lot of views. by people, and you know, like, no, bro, he's done. He's disgusting as fuck.
Shot at a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like a Black Ops 2. Just scammed a white kid out of some Gorilla Glue. I don't wanna fuck this bitch, she smell like poo-poo.